Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. You know that bone-deep exhaustion? Like, no matter how many hours of sleep you get or how many quick naps you try to sneak in, you just wake up completely drained? Yeah, we are confronting that universal feeling today. We're looking at a fascinating journaling protocol from the architecture of uncensored truth, and we're going to explore exactly why a nap might actually not be the cure you need right now.
Section 1. The true cost of avoidance. So, we need to fundamentally rethink what's actually draining our energy on a daily basis. Normally, we just blame physical exhaustion, right? Working way too many hours or running a million errands. But the real culprit for so many of us is actually internal exhaustion. The reality here is that being completely drained is rarely just about physical labor. It's about this invisible, heavy emotional weight we're constantly lugging around. You might be sitting there thinking you need a week-long beach vacation, but honestly, what you actually need is to unpack your mental suitcase.
So what exactly makes up all that emotional weight? Well, this internal exhaustion comes straight from avoided emotions, postponed decisions, unspoken truths, hidden fears, and just parts of ourselves we really don't want to confront. Actively avoiding these realities isn't a passive thing at all. It takes a massive, continuous toll on your mental stamina. Think about it. You're literally burning up your daily energy just trying to keep all these things locked away in the basement of your mind. It's exhausting.
Section 2. Confronting the heavy questions.
I want you to ask yourself this heavy-hitting question directly. What am I currently avoiding in my life? Seriously, just sit with that for a second. It's supposed to create a little moment of tension. What is that one specific thing hovering right at the edge of your mind that you just keep pushing away?
Let's take it a step further now. What pain have I normalized? Really think about the discomfort you've simply accepted as a permanent baseline in your life. Have you been carrying around a heavy emotion or maybe dealing with a toxic situation for so long that you've just decided, well, I guess this is just how life feels now?
And then we hit the absolute deepest layer of all this avoidance. What am I scared will change if I face the truth? Continuing this rapid-fire questioning really helps agitate the core problem here. Because usually, right underneath all of our avoidance, there's a very specific fear. We aren't just avoiding an emotion, We're avoiding the disruption and the change that truth might actually bring to our daily lives.
We hide from different things in totally different areas of our lives. When it comes to action, what decision are you actually afraid to make? Or regarding your identity, what are you terrified to let go of? What future are you secretly longing for? What keeps surfacing when things get quiet? Or, on the flip side, what are you using constant busyness to escape? And where are you abandoning yourself just to keep everybody else comfortable? Structuring your thoughts into these different buckets is a real game changer. It helps pinpoint exactly where your personal energy leaks are happening.
Section 3. How to write uncensored. The fundamental ground rule for this entire exercise is super simple. This is not about writing perfectly. It is about writing honestly. No editing, no performance, no pretending, just truth. You're not writing the next great novel for an audience here. You are strictly having a private, entirely unfiltered conversation with yourself. Okay, so here are the actual steps for a completely uncensored, totally unjudged sprint. First, set a timer and write continuously for 10 to 20 minutes without letting your pen stop. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, do not stop to edit or try to sound wise. Just forget about grammar and profound phrasing altogether. Third, do not judge what comes out. And finally, write exactly what you feel. The whole goal here is to completely bypass your brain's internal filter. Because let's be honest, that is the exact filter keeping you so exhausted in the first place.
Now, if you're staring down a blank page and you feel yourself completely freezing up, which, by the way, is totally normal when you're facing internal truths, offer yourself these specific prompts as a sort of emergency lifeline. Start your sentence with, "What I truly need to admit is," or "What I haven't allowed myself to say is." Just write that down and see what word naturally comes out next. It's a fantastic little trick to jumpstart your writing session if you get stuck.
Section 4. The power of self-honesty. Awareness is not weakness, period. It's so incredibly easy to look at the truths we've been hiding from and just feel terrible about ourselves. But you have to remember this exercise is entirely about self-honesty, not self-criticism. Actually admitting you're exhausted or that you're scared of a major decision requires immense strength. And there's just this incredible paradox here. Holding onto a secret, constantly policing your own thoughts and avoiding the truth, that actually drains way more of your energy than simply facing the truth itself. Confronting reality might be momentarily painful, sure, but it instantly puts a stop to that massive, chronic energy leak. Sometimes healing does not begin with finding answers. It begins the moment you stop hiding from the questions. You don't need to have all the solutions figured out right now. You really don't. You just have to be willing to stop hiding. So if you were to grab a pen and set a timer for 10 minutes right this second, what is the very first truth you would have to write down? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.